Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to Reading Class with Mr. Deden. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. So today we are going to start moving to chapter 2. Before we start discussing about what chapter 2 will be about, I would like you to watch a video, a welcoming address video from Mr. Deden. Ready? Please pay attention.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear primary 6 students, how are you? I hope that you are in a very good condition. Alhamdulillah, today I would like to say thank you to Mr. Idam that I am allowed to join this reading class, and I would like to tell you some points what is the important from the reading, especially reading class in our school. So primary 6 students, there are two most important things from the reading class, and why in Al Irshad we have a specialized time for reading subject. Two important points that I want to tell to all of you is that number one, this reading class is to develop your reading habits, because we believe that a good student is a reader, and when you have a good reading skills, when you have a good reading habits, this will develop you to be a better person. So that's why I want to make sure that you always read, especially books that are assigned by the teacher for this reading class, and weekly or even daily you read it very well to get the understanding from the book. The second aims of the reading program in our school is that to develop your critical reading and critical thinking. What is that? It means that you try to understand more about the content of your books, of the books or the text that you read, and after that one you try to find what is actually the meaning behind that one, why the statement like that, and then what is important from this book that you can learn and you can develop for yourself for understanding, so you will have a good reading skills. And how is the good reading skill is that you really read the books. Not only you read the book and finish it, but when you are reading the books, I want to make sure that you also highlight important points. If you have some question about the book, why this character is like this, why the story is like that, you try to put questions there. Write something in your book. When one part of the book is really interested, when part of the book is really interesting for you, it's better for you as well to underline that sentences, and after that one you would say your own feeling, you write your own perception about the books. For example, I really like that this quote, this relate to my life, this is related to my daily activity, this is really good for everybody to learn. So when you are reading, it means yourself is engaged with that content of the reading, and you will develop a better reading skill. So primary 6 students, I hope that you have a very good time having a reading class with Mr. Idam, and I really like the book that you are reading now. It's about Gulliver Travel, and it's an amazing story that we can learn a lot of things about that one. Not only about the journey to different islands with specific characteristics, but most importantly is that what is the meaning of that book in our context now, and what does the book tells us about life and what we can learn from this book. I hope that you really enjoy the time reading the books, And I want to make sure that when there is a time for you to talk to Mr. Idam a lot, please ask questions, discuss, because this will develop the skills that you really need in your future in other subjects. We believe that when you are going to be Khalifa Field Art in the future, we believe that today's a reader, tomorrow's a leader. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. With those two skills, I want to make sure that you are becoming a reader. And later in April, you are going to face a Cambridge primary checkpoint, and in English lesson, in English subject, you will be required to read a lot, because this reading question later in Cambridge is not merely about what and who, only superficial questions, but it will be more about how and why, and this means required thinking skill will be very important. So I want to make sure that you read a lot and be a critical reader, critical thinker, because Cambridge will test you to make sure that you have a very good habits in reading.
So that was the video from Mr. Deden. I truly agree with him that basically there are two important things you have to develop in your reading. The first one, developing your reading habit, and number two, you have to develop critical reading. And during this reading lesson, we are going to practice both of them. You ready? Alright, now let's review chapter 1 first. Last week, you read chapter 1. As we know, the chapter 1 is the beginning. It was the time or the moment when Gulliver started his voyage and got stranded in the Lilliputian Island or Lilliput country. In this review, I'm going to give you 3 questions. Please pay attention. Yeah? So, question number 1. Give 2 personal details about Gulliver. It could be about his birth date, or where he studied, or anything you can find from chapter 1. Number 2. What happened to his ship before he reached Pacific Ocean? Number 3. Give 3 important events happened in the Lilliputian country or Lilliput Island. Alright? As you read these 3 questions, I want you to start thinking about the answers. Alright? And I want you to answer this to yourselves. Okay, are you ready? Alright, now I want you to pause this video, tap the screen and pause this video, and I give you 1 minute to answer these 3 questions to yourselves. Ready? You may pause this video now. Alright, so now I want you to write 1 in the comment section. Write 1 if you could only answer question number 1. 2 if you could only answer question number 2, and 3 if you could only answer question number 3. But if you could answer all of them, you can type 1, 2, 3. Okay? Write them in comment section below so I know how many of you can remember important things from chapter 1. Okay? Done? Alright.